Let's just hope that the foot heals enough. It's manageable. They can treat it, and it'll go away. That's the only thing we have right now.
I will say one thing, Tony. If anything, I don't know for sure. I think the Chargers personally have the toughest quarterback in the league right now. That dude played through cracked ribs. I've never cracked my ribs. I don't understand what that pain feels like. But from anyone that I know that has even had like bruised ribs, say that shit is some of the most painful injury you could possibly have. And he's out there playing football on it where he didn't practice the entire week. Like if this gets bad enough that Herbert can't walk, then I'll worry that he's going to sit out. But until then, I think he's going to be out there. I think that if he had to play a game the day after it got diagnosed, he would have been out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think like it's hard to gauge toughness, but I think Matthew Stafford's another one of those guys that's like incredibly like gamer tough. I think Patrick Mahomes, as much as I hate to say it, like we saw this guy running for first downs, like ankle spatted up all the way to his kneecap. Essentially, he was like in a soft cast in one of those games. I do think that all of these positions we're seeing, and that was one of the great things about the QB documentary on Netflix the year before, was we saw like up close and personal what Kirk Cousins went through. And we all were like, dude, Kirk Cousins, he's a lot tougher than we thought that he was previously before we see it. And you get to see what these guys go through for a ton of money, but also for our entertainment, also for their egos, also for many things. We could go on and on. To wrap up Chargers training camp, there's a Ladd McConkey comment here from Sean. I liked everything I've seen from him so far in the video. He was not practicing the day that we were there. I was a little bummed. My wife needs a new favorite player because she was a huge fan of Austin Eckler, gone. Second favorite offensive player, Mike Dubb, gone. So she needs a new favorite offensive player. She really liked J.K. Dobbins because he was out there. He was impressing. There's Joe. Bring it up. One of the worst memories in Charger history.
Here's what I'm going to say. NFL football players get a lot of medical that we don't. Like they get introduced to a lot of best medical staff that we don't, right? I've had plantar fasciitis or whatever, and I didn't even know what the hell it was until Darren McFadden had it when he was on the Raiders a long time ago. It's an injury that is a pain tolerance injury. Let's just say that. Like, it's never going to go away. It takes a long time to heal. And you can walk on it, and some days you have good days, some days you have bad days. But with the medication that these guys have, like you've seen it in some of these videos that they're showing now. Hey, take this shot, and in 30 seconds we'll know if you're going to be able to play or not. I don't know. I don't think, like Mike said, Justin Herbert played with broken ribs and one arm and stuff like that. These guys want to be on the field. He's going to do whatever he has to take to get on the field. And for the love of God, we can't go through Easton Stick. Even as a Raider fan, I don't want to go to SoFi Stadium week 1 and see Easton Stick. Like I don't want to do that again. I can't do it.
Herbert was playing last year. His finger was dangling like Baldinger. He had like Baldy finger in like half the season.
Chase Daniels did come out and say that he thinks this injury is worse than what the Chargers are saying, just because how he knows Justin Herbert in the past with the organization.
The Chargers aren't saying anything, so it's obviously like even being injured is worse than what the Chargers say. They asked Harbaugh about it, and he's like, "Yeah, he's going through something. He's working through an injury, working through something."
Harbaugh,
you don't even call it an injury.
Mike Harbaugh is being annoying with the injury reports, and he's going to be like that all year. He actually said, I'm not a doctor. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read what it says right here. So it says NFL Mike, knee injury, Tony, heart injury, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to give anything more than he needs to. And that's how coaches should be. Like,
wait, go back. Why'd you give Tony like the Widowmaker? You're like, Mike, knee injury, Tony, heart injury. What?
Yeah, no
shit. Tony's always hurting. Like he's from
Mike.
Michigan. He wanted to see Michigan win, and his heart, it's hurting him.
The old man has an arrhythmia. Thank you for that.
Mike, stub toe. Tony, heart attack.
Tony, congestive heart failure because he eats too many smash burgers. Thanks a lot, Joe. Thanks for putting my business in the streets. The
let's go back to the wide receiver talk real quick, though, Tony, because I want to know.
Real quick, Mike, time out. We got some people in here watching. If you could hit the like button, that'd help us out. We'd really appreciate that. Mike, you go on, do your thing.
Yeah, I put it in the chat too, guys. Helps out.
Oh, there
so
you
much.
go.
That like button, and it just makes me feel good. So appreciate you guys do that. I was gonna say about the receiver. That's been the biggest topic on the Chargers all offseason. The receiver worries. I went to 3 days of camp, and I left completely feeling comfortable with the weapons the Chargers are heading into this season with. I think Ladd McConkey is going to grow into his role even more and more, and he's going to get a lot of work out of the slot. But with DJ Chark and what he's doing, and Josh Palmer out wide, and a lot of the offense is going to be a lot of 2 wide receiver sets anyways. Those 2 guys, they're going to put in work. They're going to put in work. And then you got QJ to throw in there, Ladd coming in. You got even to go deeper, Jerry Rice's kid is working and putting in work at camp. We got a bunch of depth in this receiving corps, and I don't think that it's as big a problem as everyone's thinking. I think that, yes, the Chargers lack that elite weapon that everyone wants to have, but they make up for it in a scatter of skill sets.
So, real quick, Harbaugh's offenses never have elite wide receivers, and they're just fine everywhere. Like Stanford, I think it was like Doug Baldwin or something. San Francisco was Michael Crabtree, very good NFL wide receiver. I wouldn't say he was elite at any point in his career. Michigan, like he had Nico Collins, who's proving to be quite a nice receiver. I think Roman Wilson has been nice. Ronnie Bell is on San Francisco. He's good. Like they have Cornelius Johnson on the Chargers. Is a player that I think is underrated. That they like. You got to be able to block, and you got to be able to catch the deep ball because there's going to be a lot of play action shots and opportunities. Tight ends, huge part of the offense. That's why I'm excited. Like I really think that somebody like Will Dissly could have like a career year. Now that's not saying much because he's not been a huge factor in passing games before, but I think Will Dissly could have one of those. Him or Hayden Hurst could have one of those years where they end up with 650 yards and 55, 60 catches because the tight end's going to be featured.
And as Charger fans,
you go even in the chart just like one step further, Tony. It's like our starting tight ends from last year, other than Gerald Everett, are now the backup tight ends. So it's like this is starting to shape out to be a loaded one. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
But as Charger fans, you had the hope, right? Staley's out. You got the new coach coming in, Harbaugh. Coming in here after winning a national championship, things are going to be different. People showing up to training camp, and the same shit is happening. Injury report is killing you again. You're staring at the injury report going, damn it. If only our guys could stay healthy, we could win. Like you're already questioning the season going in with an injured Justin Herbert.
Because our QB got a minor injury to his foot that they're being safe with.
Yeah, and I
worry about the entire injury report. The Chargers are doomed.
I sent a picture in a Chargers chat that I'm in where Justin Herbert is essentially dunking a football, celebrating a touchdown celebration on the same foot that was later diagnosed with the fasciitis thing here. Like the guy was still out there playing football. It wasn't like it happened on the last play of practice or whatever. Like he was out there, went through the whole practice. He went in having some soreness. This is the recommendation. I believe that they're being cautious. I have no reason to believe otherwise. And he's going to be out there in week 1. Chargers are going to put a whooping on the Raiders.
You know what? Yeah, we're going by 50. You know what, Tony? Never mind. Let's just feed into it. Justin Herbert's injured. Everyone, let him fall into the 12th round now. Come on. 12th round he goes.
He's already in the 12th, 13th round.
He's already fallen in fantasy drafts like crazy.
Like I've been doing mock drafts on Fantasy Pros, and I can get like Brock Purdy and Herbert in rounds like 12 and 13, 14. It's perfect. Punctured lung. That's brutal. That was
new staff. That guy's fired. He's out of here. I gotta go hit the juju for my newest TikTok dance, but until then, feel free to check out the channel and subscribe. And more importantly, turn on that notification bell so that way you can be notified next time we upload or go live. We're gonna be doing a lot of it this NFL season. I can't wait.